Hi Karen, good morning sa iyo at sa mga staff natin dyan sa ANC at yung mga manonood. Good morning.
All right. I know that you've been through several interviews already, but you're seeing the developments. Nakikita po ninyo ang reaksyon ng iba't ibang tao. Ang tanong ko una, does this mean that the unity talks with the opposition on your part would be over?
Ang unity naman, wala namang pinipiling grupo. Anybody who want to join for reconciliation and healing and unity for that matter, no? Hindi naman niya nakakordon. So, katulad namin ni Doc Willie, no? Kami hihikayat kami ng mga kasama, o whether political o mga organisasyon or individual. Because alam natin, Karen, di namin kaya itong kaming dalawa lang. So we need a lot of people, a lot of organization, and if ever, nasa public service na tatakbo rin sa kanya-kanilang lokal o national office, other national office, na pwede namin makasama, we're willing to talk. We're willing to accept any kind of talks na sa pagkakaisa. No? So that's better for any applicants like me.
Okay. Will you still be speaking with Vice President Leni Robredo, Mayor?
I'll be continue to speak with a lot of people. A lot. That includes the Vice President.
Okay.
Why not? That includes also the administration people. Kasi ako naman, di ba, ang gusto ko nga, yung wala na kulay ng politika, hindi administrasyon, hindi oposisyon, hindi dilaw, hindi pula. Sabi ko nga, ang kulay naman ng Pilipino, moreno.
Okay. All right. Now, very quickly, the supporters of Vice President Robredo were hoping that you could be her vice president and she would run for president. Let's start first with this. At this point, is there still a possibility for you to slide down?
Ayoko ng chuchubibo ng buhay. Karen, dyan nga tayo nagka-loko-loko Pa-flip-flop, pabago-bago. You know, we are in a pandemic. The people needs some decisiveness, no, or decisiveness, no, in our action. I'm happy and grateful with Doc Willie saying yes, so that we can move on, no, agad, and talk to a lot of people, katulad ng pinangako namin at katulad ng sagot ko sa iyo kanina. So the sooner that we decide, the better for everyone. Okay. No? Kaya kami, so far sa ngayon, wala nang mga ganon-ganon. Kasi yung tatakbo, hindi tatakbo, tapos mag-switching. Nabili na yun Karen. We don't want to do the same. Kaya nga siguro tayo, minsan nagiging challenging ang buhay natin because of that kind of character.
So there is no substitution in the future with Doc Willie Ong, let's say, to Senator Grace Poe?
Ay, wala naman. Ako, as far as I know, ako, wala talaga. Kasi masaya na ako kay Doc Willie. I'm very proud of him. I'm very excited, honored being with him. Wala, ako lang, no? Wala ko. Hindi ko papalitan si Doc Willie.
Okay.
Toits na ako. Na ako rito. Solve na ako rito. Napabuti pa nga, sabi ko nga sa'yo, blessing in disguise. Why? It's almost the same formula in Manila. Kaya ako nakagalaw para ayusin yung ekonomiya, trabaho, opportunity development, because I tasked Vice Mayor Hani Lacuna, who is a doctor, sa ating health sector. Tapos nagkaroon ng pandemic, so nagkaroon ako ng extra helpful hand, active helpful hand. So in this case, we're going to be still in pandemic next year. Scientists will agree with me. So the next administration, if kami naman, halimbawa ni Doc Willie, binigyan nyo ng pagkakataon, then makakapokus ako most of my time redeveloping, rebounding ourselves as a country and our people. Then there is somebody there also helping me addressing the continuing fight against COVID so that we can learn how to live with COVID-19 and go back to work safely.
Okay. Now, set the record straight before we go to the details of how you decided to run and how you chose Doc Willie. Set the record straight. It's spreading in social media that Vice President Leni Robredo actually asked someone, categorically asked someone to be her vice presidential candidate. Did she ask you to be her vice presidential candidate? Categorically.
In fairness naman kay ma'am, kay Vice President, hindi naman. Hindi naman.
She did not ask, Mayor Isko, tumakbo ka ng bisi ko.
Hindi naman. In fairness to Ma'am Leni, no, I really like her. Napaka-dissenting babae. No? I have to give it to her. And I am not in a liberty to tell you all the details, no? Talks that I have done with other people as a matter of respect to them, no? But there is no such thing. If that is a categorical question, categorical din, no, walang ganon. In fairness to her.
So you were in talks with Vice President Leni. I'm curious, at what point...
No, Karen, let me be clear.
Go ahead.
It's not only Vice President Leni. A lot of people, we've been talking. Of course, you really wanted to unify, reconcile, or come up with the common ground, sort of saying.
At what point, Mayor Isko, in your life, did you say and decide, I'm going to run?
This thing cannot continue. For whatever we are now, wherever we are now, this must not continue. No, so we have to offer other alternative of, in our own little way, based on an experience, addressing the COVID-19 pandemic, because durug-durug na buhay natin. Trabaho. We are threatened physically because of the health issue. Now, a lot of people are affected emotionally and psychologically. And I know how it feels to have COVID. That kind of 14 days of your life. Nag-taking clock ka every single day, hoping that the oximeter is doing good. No, you're getting the good numbers.
But
and these are ongoing in our life. So about a few months ago, sabi ko, we'll see. Let's be pragmatic. Let's be practical. If we're gonna decide, then we have to talk. Yun yung kanina tinatanong mo pa, puro talk, no? Yes, we did. And noong nakatutuwa kami nung nagsabi si Doc Willie nga, sabi ko, okay na okay tayo. So we are in the right decision. So at the time, about yung talagang nakita na namin yes na, a few weeks ago.
Okay. I mean, when I asked you, when did you decide? I mean, the exact moment. That's what I'm asking you. When you finally said, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, I think I had a visit with my mom.
Okay. Can you share
a few months
that?
Ago.
And then...
it's something personal. Pasensya ka na.
Pero
mananahimik na yung nanay ko eh.
I'm curious. So you had a visit with your mom, and
I just prayed. Because I know already what's happening. So it's a crossroad, no? It's a crossroad. Tapos, sometimes it's your gut that tells you, and the situation that teach you.
And what did your mom say that made you decide?
Wala, hindi ko na nakakausap ang mami ko. Sumakabilang buhay na yung mami.
I apologize for that.
Pasensya na, Karen.
But clearly, when you say you visited, you, in a way, you prayed, and it was a factor for your decision making.
Hindi, parang bata nagpapaalam sa magulang.
Because the next question I want to ask you is, when did you decide that it was Doc Willie? It's these crucial moments of when.
About 3 weeks ago, no? Siyempre, usap, no? Then, we thought, si Doc Willie, baka pwede natin, kuning senador, no? Kasi at least, may makakatulong tayo. I really wanted, kasi I've been working with the medical frontliners 1 year and about 8 months na, straight, almost single day, no?
Yeah.
So parang with this situation, kailangan ko pa ng mga katulad noon.
Yeah.
So kinontak namin si Doc Willie through Lito Banayo. Then nagpunta siya. Then I start talking to him, no? And sabi ko sa kanya, this is what I want. This is what we did. Being prepared ahead of time, especially when data says so. Parang kwento-kwentuhan kami. Then tapos sabi nga niya na ayaw niya. Sabi niya, nakakatulong naman ako eh. Sabi niya, nakakatulong naman ako sa tao. Kumikita akong konti sa vlog, tinutulong ko na lang sa tao, okay naman ako, tapos komportable naman ang buhay ko, no? Sabi ko, well, that's good, sana mabasa ka ng ulan para dumami kayo. Pero Doc Willie, hindi kayo madami. Sabi ko, hindi lahat ng tao ganyan. Ngayon, gusto mo maraming tulungan. Sabi niya, yung mga tao dyan sa labas. Then, I went into the window and I said, yan? Marami pa yan. Marami pa yan. Sabi ko, kung gusto mong tumulong, no, you cannot just go in the street and help a lot of people because maraming bungol sa gobyerno. Tetengang kawali. I want you to join the government. Let's change the system within. So nangyari, he denied. But kahit na try to make sense to him, medyo ayaw niya talaga.
No, but Mayor Isko, he told us this story yesterday. What I'm asking is, why did you think he should be vice president? Kasi he told me yesterday he denied your offer as senator. Then biglang nakatanggap siya ng tawag, ang offer ninyo, hindi nga senador, umangat pa ng bise. So ang tanong ko sa inyo, alone, what thought process did you go through and say, you know what? Hindi siya pang senador. Dapat bisek ko to.
Kasi pagka gano'n naman ang buhay minsan, no, may mga stumbling blocks ka. Then I thought, sabi ko, siguro mas maganda to mag-vice president. Tapos Ambassador Lito, mag-vice president siya sa atin. At least mas mabigat yung tulong na kukuha natin sa kanya, mas direct, no? So from there, tinawagan siya, and
so it was just you and Lito Banayo who made the decision.
Yeah, and
not
the group agreed.
Nothing like that.
No, not the party. Kasi ang in fairness naman sa action, binibigyan nila ako ng laya na pumili ng partner. Sabi ko kasi, siyempre maganda rin yung pag nakikita mo yung yung tao, di ba, na-estimate mo, na-estima mo, ano mo na kagad sa dami na nakausap mong tao sa mundo for 2 decades. So na-estima mo na mukhang maganda karakter nito at saka pananaw. So binigyan ako ng laya ng action.
Okay. Now, if Doc Willie wins, that would be...
Thank you very much.
Some say he could be a dark horse, but the leading candidate for VP would obviously be President Duterte. He is the incumbent. If he wins and you win as president, can you work with President Duterte as your VP?
Well, I hope the people will not decide on that. I mean, yun yung maging resulta ng eleksyon. Kasi I would love, mga kababayan, huwag nyo kami pag-iwalayan ni Doc Willie. Sayang, hindi pa ba kayo napagod? Nagdenggahan na tayo, no? I just wanted to put into right perspective itong tanong na to. I just wanted to clear na hanggat maaari, mga kababayan, first time, sana pagtiwalaan ninyo tandem. No? Kasi para wala ng away. Because what brought us electing different president and vice president is batingtingan. No? But anyway, just the same, Kung yun ang halal ng tao, I can work with them. Again and again, it happened to me in my lifetime in public service. Mayor Lim got elected in a different party. I got elected as vice mayor in a different party. So, katrabaho kami. But at the end of the day, may pagtatalo, no? May pagtatalo. Kaya mas maganda talaga, no, na tirahin niyo na to, so na to, pagtiwalaan niyo na. Kumbaga, let's not mix things. Alam ko minsan ano tawag natin doon, Karen, parang tao kumukuha ng insurance, no? Para may balance. But alam na natin, Karen, 6 years na away, parang hindi ba kayo napapagod?
Okay, so if ever he does when you're saying you can work with him, but then if you
I can,
you
definitely.
You would give President Duterte a cabinet post?
Oh well, why not? If he likes to.
You would not treat him the way he treated Vice President Leni Robredo?
I know the meaning of respect.
Okay, so the campaign question now would be this. Is if you're president, would you allow the ICC and whoever wants to investigate the extrajudicial killings against the president, would you allow it or prevent it?
No, I will not prevent anything. Rule of law will be observed under my watch. No, why not? Well, nothing. If there's nothing to hide, anyway, they're just investigating. It doesn't mean you're guilty or not. Even though after, for the sake of conversation, even though if they have findings, you still need to be prosecuted. And, hindi naman ibig sabihin you're guilty also or not, whoever that may be. Rule of law, definitely, I guarantee you, Karen, we did that in Manila. War on drugs. War on drugs. Naki-war on drugs din tayo.
So
galit tayo sa drugs. Pero, Karen, I don't like EGK, whatever it is. Inuhuli namin mga suspect, dinadala namin sa husgado. Kinikilala namin yung trabaho at karapatan ng husgado at kinikilala namin yung karapatang pantao ng suspect. Kaya sa Manila, madaming nakakalawit na huli. But there are also incidents which is very minuscule, very minimal, namatayan kami ng suspect sa enkwentro, namatayan din kami ng pulis. And these are what you call occupational hazards in public service. No? But again, yes, why not? Wala namang mawawala.
So
if we can gain also some level of respect in our neighboring countries and makita nila that we are certain about our rules, bakit naman hindi?
So hindi mo po protektahan ang Pangulong Duterte if he is VP and international investigations start to happen under your term if you win?
No. But what do you mean hindi ko siya po protektahan? My job as Filipino is to protect every citizen of this country and citizen of this country outside of our jurisdiction. That is the job of the president. No? That includes, Karen, let me put that in right perspective. Nakita mo yung mga kababayan nating OFW nakakulong, puputulan na lang ng ulo somewhere else, binibili pa natin because that's the job of the president. That's the job of the state to protect every citizen. But wala naman pagko-cover. Hindi naman para proteksyonan. Di ba? Rule of law will be observed. Every citizen can afford any provision of the Constitution as a matter of right. No, kailangan certain tayo sa rules But definitely, I will not lift a finger. Mag-cover or tumulong. Either way. Or magdiin. No? Yung diinan. Yung pagigantihan na naman. Yun ay nasa park lang yun. Yung paghihiganti, galit dito. After isang administrasyon, sisisihin yung isang administrasyon. After ng isang administrasyon, magpapakulong na naman.
Mayor.
That's not me, Karen.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it on record, and it happened in Manila. When I won in Manila, I forgave, punta ko kay Mayor Lim, nagpunta ko kay Mayor Achesa, nagpunta ko kay Mayor Erap, tebats kami. Tapos,
so what you're saying is you will not be vindictive. That's what you're saying.
I want to heal. I really wanted to heal the country. The people are tired.
Okay.
Wala lang boses ang tao para masabi niyang, pwede ba tumigil na kayo? Let's just focus on something.
Okay.
Focus on commonality where hirap na hirap na yung tao, Karen.
Okay.
So,
Mayor,
if we're gonna do the same thing, it's gonna be a cycle. No, we have to heal. And I said that very clearly.
Yeah.
Part of the major actions, if given a chance, may awan, just pinagbigyan ninyo ako, maggagamutan tayo. Kasi
Okay.
from there, magkakaroon ng unity or reconciliation. Then we can move on with fast. Because too much excess baggage will hinder us to move fast for recovery of our country and our family and our economy.
Okay, so Mayor Isko, some skeptics, well, you have Senator Triñales who said you and even Senator Manny Pacquiao, those who've declared you are not the true opposition. Some have also said Manila Mayor Isko Moreno enabled the Duterte administration in the beginning of his term. And skeptics are asking if you will eventually strike a deal with the president, or some worry that you are a proxy for the president. So you have two issues here. One, you're not the real opposition. How do you respond to that?
Bakit? Kandidatura ba ito na Mr. and Miss Universe? Agawan ng trono? This is not about opposition. This is not about administration. It is our lives. The life of every Filipino. Us, our children. It is not about you. Opposition and administration speaks only of politicians. Yeah. Now, I respect his opinion. He's entitled to that. I will continue to respect that. But it is not about naming groups. No, it's the lives, our life, our future, Karen, your children.
Okay, so
my children and the viewers.
Describe yourself as the opposition.
We are Karen. They are thinking like a traditional politician. When you run, you have to be administration. When you run, you have to be an opposition. Why do we have that? Why that kind of mentality? Wherein I can work with anybody or call them opposition. I can work with anybody, call them administration. Dilaw ka, pula ka. I really don't care. I really don't care where you belong, as long as you're an asset of the government, of the country, even though, and I'll prove it to you again, Karen, even though you didn't vote for me, I will hire you. I did that in Manila. Department head, it's a secretary level in a national perspective. I did that. Pinag-upo ko yung mga magkakaaway sa departamento, magkakatunggali sa politika. And look what brought us. In a matter of 2 years, modesty aside, you can assess Manila, modesty aside. Economically, we grew from 20 to 30 billion a year investment, 123 billion first year, 147 billion second year. Bumalik yung trust ng tao. Then that kind of trust produced income for us, then it produced jobs and opportunity. Then, nag-build kami. Modesty aside. Again, ang hirap kasi magbuhat ng bangko, but just check. Mabilis ang kilos. Binilisan namin. Then, pandemic came. Nagulantang kami. So, naka-rebound kami kagad because fortunately, I have a doctor partner. No? So, this kind of statement, wala namang pakinabang ang tao dyan eh. Ang pakinabang sa tao is yung salita mo, maisasanla ng tao, mapanghawakan ng tao. Yung salita mo, may dinuduktungang pruweba. No? Kasi nag-a-apply ka. So, yung mga partnership, yes, it's kailangan. Let's be practical and pragmatic and fair to each other politically. But at the end of the day, it cannot go on. It needs to stop somewhere else at some time so that we can move on and talk to people.
Okay, I agree with you. We are going to go on a quick break. But before we go, if you don't describe yourself as the opposition, you feel
I am a candidate.
How would you describe Isko Moreno, the candidate? What are you?
Okay. Ganito, Karen, ha? For the end time, first time kayo makakakita, mabigyan nyo lang ako ng pagkakataon. Yung build nila, lahat ng nasimulan, itutuloy ko. Contracts entered into, legal, fair, itutuloy ko. Pero yung mga tolongges nila, kakalawitin ko yung on the first day. Pahinga muna anak na kayo. I will not even tolerate. As I have said, rule of law will be applied. If some taxpayer will charge them, it's up to them to face a day in the court. So, at the same time, we'll introduce ours. And at the same time, kayo dyan nasa kakanan, mukhang hindi kayo nasali, halika nga kayo, ano ba sa suwestyon ninyo? Or even to the point, and I did this, hindi nila ako kursunada. Kasi ano sila, yung tawag doon, mga purists, yung holier, yung basta sila holy. Sige, baka nga kailangan natin yan dito sa paggogobyerno. And so on and so forth.
So Mayor, you're saying you will also call this administration to account? That's what I'm hearing from you. You'll continue some projects, you'll continue contracts that are legal. You'll continue projects that are legal. But hypothetically, let's say wrongdoing has been found in the formally contracts, these contracts for health, and it goes up to officials of this administration. You will call them into account.
Yes. Why not? Di ba? But I will not lift a finger to protect. I will never protect or lift a finger to protect anybody. Any taxpayer who pursue justice can afford that. It will be afforded to by any John Does and Mary, Juan de la Cruz and Pedro.
All right.
And that is across demographics. Mahirap, middle class, mayaman. I've told you what, we are certain. And to create certainty, dapat ganun din yon. Pag may pananagutan ka, Brad, harap ka sa husgado dahil kinasuhan ka. Pero no abuse will come to you from my leadership. No. In fact, yun ang ayaw ko. Kasi paghihiganti yun eh. Kasi ang gustong-gustong marinig ng ilan, yung ilan, ipakulong ng ipakulong. Hindi ba kayo napagod? Really? Every other administration, papakulong natin ng wala lang? In fact, to tell you straight, there are senators who were jailed, and I believe it's too much. But who am I to
you
tell
mean,
that?
who are these senators? Are you referring to
Maraming senator. No, in our history, marami yan nangyari. So my point is, rule of law will be observed. No abuse will be utilized by the Malacanang or whoever it is in the higher office.
Okay.
Level ang playing field sa negosyo. Hindi lang isang tribo, hindi lang isang syudad.
I was going to ask you about that. So, okay, quickly, we were going to go into a quick break, but you said it, level ang playing field sa negosyo. You are identified with certain businessmen, and you have there's a sector that fears that you will be beholden to certain business groups and they would get the contracts if you become president.
Alam mo, let me share, I hope I'm right, no? Abraham Lincoln said this. Kasi mga populists would say only yung music to the ears ng ating mga tao. But Abraham Lincoln said, you don't kill the wage payer to protect the wage earner. My point is, kanina sinabi ko, nung naging mayor ako, dugyot ang Maynila, lubog ang Maynila. The same thing that we are now in the state, as a state, no, lubog. What I did, even though kahit hindi nila ako kilala, umikot ako, Makati Business Club, Chinese Club, lahat ng club, inikot ko. Nag-marketing ako for 3 months. Yung nag-guest speaker ako. And I told them the policy, the tax plan, and all other things, and rules, no? Yung kinuwento ko sa iyo, before I assume 20 billion, 30 billion lang ang pumasok. Then in 1 year time, 100 billion may get. That is 500 times. Then almost 600 times the following year. So Anong masama? Tell me straight. Yung mga nag-propagate na oligarch daw sila. Anong masama? Ha? Nagnakaw ba sila?
No.
Kasi may other context yan.
Okay.
Para straightforward na tayo. No, ano masama ang isang tao umangat sa buhay? Now, kailangan ba natin sila para sa tao? Yes, please, magnegosyo kayo dito sa Pilipinas at level ang playing field. When we say level ang playing field, equal opportunity, no? Rule of law will be observed. It will be in a bidding, in a process, not because of friendship, not because we're classmates. Huwag kayo mag-alala. Wala akong bilyonaryong kaklase sa school.
Yes.
Or maybe kaibigan, or maybe kliyente ng law office nila. No. In my case, level, may fair competition. Because we wanted also other nations to see us, there's opportunity in the Philippines. Let's go to the Philippines.
Because I think, Mayor Isko, that question stems from, we've seen administrations who have businessmen favorites, so to speak. So the question of some members of the business sector is, Karen, can you ask Isko, will he be the same? Because clearly there are certain businessmen who support him. So
okay, Karen, let me answer that with the question.
Go.
Have you heard that in Manila? See, federal land develop, SM land develop, Mega World develop, Ayala develop. Lahat sila nag-develop. There is the same rule given to a medium level developer. Lahat sila. In fact, makikita mo Maynila, modesty aside,
okay,
nagtayuan ng mga crane eh. There's so much going on eh. Dati, hardware na lang kami, o bodega na lang kami. So, the same question na sagot ko, did you hear that in Manila? Wala. Despite marami tumulong sa akin na mga negosyante at that time. So, na-level yung playing field. Ang gusto lang naman natin kasi, may equal opportunity. We guarantee you, small, medium, big conglomerate, welcome kayo magnegosyo sa gobyerno as long as tama, makatwiran yung presyo at kapaki-pakinabang sa tao. That's why ayaw kong sayangin ang pera ng taong bayan na naumpisahan na ni Pangulong Duterte. Dahil nandyan na yan eh. Diba? Itutuloy na lang. But due diligence will be observed, protecting the interests of the people with regard to taxes.
Okay.
So these are the things, some innovation, some tweaking, then naturally we can move on fast. And we need to move on fast.